Recording. All right, and then share my screen. In a sec, we're going to review what we learned Friday. If you remember, we started to learn area, which was length times width, and that's how we figured out the area on the inside of like a square or a rectangle. If you remember back in school, we learned perimeter when we met face to face. That's the outside of something, but the inside of something is called the area. And so we were learning that on Friday. We did length times width for squares and rectangles. And then we learned that we can't always do length times width for triangles because sometimes our triangles are not flat on the ground. So we do something called base times height, if you remember. Um, and so it's just our triangle. We'll make sure we get one of the sides flat on the ground, and then that'll be our base. And then the height just goes straight up to the top of the triangle, which is like, the little mountain top. And then we do base times height, and then we divide it by 2, if you remember. Um, all that to say, we're about to review. I'm going to share my screen so you can see it. But that's mostly what we're doing today is reviewing that. Because to move on, you're really going to want to know or make sure you understand area. For triangles, rectangles is length times width. And then for squares and rectangles, length times width. Triangles, base times height divided by 2. So we really want to make sure we got that down before we move on to the next part of our unit. So let me share my screen and let's get some reviewing going. Okay, so here we have triangle area, if you remember. Let me first disable participant annotations. Good. Is it on? Awesome. All right. And then so let's draw. All right. So remember, and it says it right here, area equals 1/2 of base times height, which is also base times height divided by 2 for triangles. Okay. So we have our base flat. Remember, base is always flat, and then height is just straight up to the mountaintop right up here. Okay. So based on our base times height, what number do we get? Anybody would like to raise their hand? Siwan.
32.
Sorry, my volume's down. You said 32?
Yeah.
Okay, that is correct. All right. Now remember, because it's a triangle, we now have to either times it by 1/2, which for some of you, maybe that's easier, or just divide it by 2, which I think is easier, but both of them are the same. So you'll always see something like this for triangles, or you can see BH, divided by 2, something like that. They're literally the same thing though, just for everybody, okay? So divided by 2, Siwan, what is it?
16.
Yes, divided by 2 equals 16. All right. So the area of this triangle is 16 what? Do you guys remember the specific like term for it? So, and if you don't, that's okay. So what we learned last time, when we're finding area, it's always going to be square and then whatever the measurement is. So for this little symbol right here, that little line, that means inches. Hopefully that's not like super important for you to know right now, but this would technically be 16 square inches because 16, oh, just kidding, I was about to lie to you. Nope. Um, but yeah, it would be 16 square inches, basically. And then our number model is what Siwan helped us figure out, which is 4 times 8 divided by 2 equals 16. So just all this stuff, basically. All right, so good job. All right, next one. And again, we're doing base times height. And again, here's our height. For a triangle, it's always the mountaintop, and then base is the flat part. All right, so good job. Who can help me with this one? Other than C1, since he just did the whole first one. Oh, Anis or Ayub, whichever one thinks they know it.
The answer. Do you want me to give you the answer or just help?
Tell us what to do first.
Okay, so first you multiply the base times the height, and you'd get 60.
Okay, and then you get 60. Cool. And then what?
Pretty sure, aren't you supposed to cut that in half with triangles?
Yup, you divide it by 2. Perfect. So what do we get?
30.
30. Perfect. All right, so I did that wrong. So yeah, we would get 30. All right, so guys, this is our number model. We did base times height, right here, base times height, 12 times 5, and then divided by 2, or half of that, which was 30. Good. So the area equals 30. Now we have our measurement here. So it's 30 square what? 30 square
Meters.
Close?
Centimeters.
Yes. 30 square centimeters. All right. Whenever you're doing area, they're always going to give you what you need. So like this one, centimeters, inches, that's what that symbol means at least. Or that means feet. I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure that means feet. Because inches actually is 2 lines. Now that I remember, 2 lines equal inches, 1 line equals feet. And then millimeters. Okay. Let me erase this. And then let's move on to 3 and 4. Okay. All right, 3. 3. This one's a good one for review because base, again, we always want our base to be whatever's flat on the ground, okay? Which seems like this is our base. And then height is straight up to the mountain peak, but it gives us 2 numbers. So which one are we going to use? We know it's going to be 3 times one of them, but which one? Sambriti.
6.
Are we sure?
I don't know.
Okay, you're close.
Let me think.
Okay. So as a reminder, and I can scoot up, but then our numbers are gonna move around. Remember, for all of our triangles, whenever we're doing area, we want to know straight up to the mountaintop, which is why
4.
this was 4. Yeah, which is why this one was 5 because it's straight up to the mountain. So for this one, it's going to be 4 because that is going straight up to the mountaintop. So yeah, we're going to do 3 times 4, which is what? Sambriti.
12.
And now what's 12 divided by 2?
12 divided by 2. 6.
Yes. Good. All right. So our number model here was 3 times 4 divided by 2 equals 6. So we have 6 square what? Sambriti.
Millimeters.
Yes. 6 square millimeters. All right. So I think so far we're getting it. Now, question 4 is going to be fun for everyone, and I already see the 2 that want to participate for this one. This one looks just like this. However, we do not have, technically, a base because this side is not flat. This would be flat, but it's not. Okay, so what do we do based on what we can see? Based on what we can see, which side should we make the base? Which side do we just flip a little so that it is flat on the ground? Honest.
3.4.
Yeah, so what he's doing is he's flipping it. So we're going to flip it this way. So now, boom, flat on the ground. Triangle's going up like this now. Okay, so if we look, 3.4 was down here. Okay, and then we have our little dotted line going all the way up to our mountain peak. And it says that that is 7.5. We have our little right angle. And then this is 7.8. And then this is 7.6. All right, good. So now that we finally have it flat on the ground, we can finally solve. Because again, the base has to always be flat on the ground. So what is my number model? What am I doing? So before we even do it, because I know we have decimals and decimals stress people out, first, what am I simply going to just do? Ayub.
Going to multiply 3.4 and 1.5.
3.4 and 7.5, yes. So it's going to be 3.4 times 7.5. So first I want to figure that out, and then, like we've been doing, divide it by 2. All right, and then we'll have it. Now, since there's decimals and I don't want anyone to be stressed, the easiest thing we can do right now is to take those decimals out. Just take them out so that they don't stress us. And then we can just do the lattice method, or you can do whatever other method if it's easier for you. Okay, just do it like this, a normal multiplication problem with no decimals, so nobody's freaked out. Then you do 3 times 7, 21, 4 times 7, 28, 4 times 5, 20, 3 times 5, 15, and then just bring them down diagonally. 0, 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 5, 15. Put a little 1 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 2. All right, so it's going to equal 2, 5, 5, 0. And now I just need to figure out where to put the decimal. C1 says 25.5. Anas and Ayub say 125.5 divided by, right. So we got, again, we took the decimal out right here in the middle. So we're putting the decimal back in the middle. Okay. And then they divided it by 5 or by 2. I lied. And boys, what you doing? Divide, yeah. So then they divided this by 2, which gave them 12.75. Right? Okay. So this one was a lot because of decimals. Again, don't let decimals stress you out because you can always just take the decimal away and then put it back later. Okay. Don't ever let it stress you out. All right. And then just do your normal division, and it is 12.75 square centimeters. Centimeters is the one we're using. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So do we think, can I get some thumbs up emojis? Do we think we're understanding the area of triangles okay? Like it all sounds scary, but I think, we're doing okay. Honest, you got it. Chantel, I think that means you got it, or does that mean you have a question?
meant to put up the thumbs emojis.
Okay, yep, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so I have 4 thumbs up. B-Beck and Deshaun, how are you guys feeling about this? Thumbs ups? Anything? Nothing? B-Beck's good. Cool. Glad to know you're here. All right, Deshaun, hopefully you wake up before this is over because as you guys know, we have to all participate at least once. So I know you're not sleeping, playing video games, on your phone, doing other things, all right? Even if you're wrong, participating and being wrong is much better than not participating at all. Okay. Find the length. Now this one is going to be interesting, guys. It wants us to know the length. So we have the height right here, okay? And then the length or the base. Length of the base. That's what I should have underlined. So height, base, but it already gives us the area. We already have the area. So this is interesting. What am I gonna do if I already have the area? How am I gonna do this backwards? Anit or Ayub, you can help us, but be slow because I want everyone to understand.
Okay, so what you do with the area, you
Mhm.
divide it.
Is you divide it?
Or no, you multiply it.
Yes. Yeah.
By 2.
Multiply it by what?
2.
Good. All right. So if I have 18 times 2, I'm going to get what? Ayub. 36. Oh,
C1
C1.
already-
Sorry. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my bad. Yes, you get 36. Now, is my base down here? Does that equal 36? C1? Does that equal 36?
No.
No. What does it equal? How do I turn 36 into this?
3.
How do you know? Why is it 3? Can help the class.
Because I multiplied 12.
You multiplied 12 or divided?
I multiplied 12 3 times.
Okay. So guys, C1 is right. I'm gonna explain how C1 did that so everyone can understand. We got 36. We got 36. And then to get 12 over here, we have to divide it by something to equal 12, which is 3. Okay. So let me erase some, no, I guess I'm not gonna erase anything yet. So we know that the base is 3. Let me erase this question mark right here. Okay, the base is 3. I want to help everyone understand how we got this though, because we did work backwards. All right, normally we would do base times height, then we would divide by 2, and then we have the area. Okay, this time though, we had to work backwards. Okay, so this time we had to go, instead of steps 1, 2, 3, we had to go 1, 2, 3. To do that though, we had to reverse some things. All right, so this time we had to do area, and instead of divide by 2, we have to go backwards, so we had to do times 2, and then once we did that, we have base times height. So now we need to divide. This one's times, this one is divide. So now this time we have to divide, which would be giving us what? Our big area number divided by our height. Okay? Because we had to do it backwards this time. Again, if this is confusing, as you guys know, the videos will always be posted to YouTube. You can always pause, rewind, fast forward, whatever. You're also allowed to one-on-one with Miss Williams, and watching this video with her will be very helpful if you need to, or obviously just one-on-one with me too. Either one of us will be more than happy to help. But that's how C1 did it, just so you know, okay? We did 1, 2, 3 for a normal one. And then to find the base, when we already have the area, just do it backwards. Okay? All right. The best way I can explain it, I hope that kind of makes sense. Someone's coming in and I don't know who it is. Wait, Honest Ayub, is that you again?
Hello.
Hi, are you both on here now?
Yeah.
Were you both not on here before?
No, I was. I was just sorry, just to be by myself.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, cool. All right then. Well, guys, we're on 6. Okay, we're drawing the height for the triangle and then finding the length of the height. Okay, so first we're gonna need a base, obviously, and then we have the area right here. So what on earth do I do first? If we have the area, we're working backwards again. All right, if we have the area, we're working backwards. So what do I do first? I love that C1's raising his hand. I would love it if someone else tries. Only because we still have 2 students who have not participated at all. Honest. Honest, I'd love it if you tried.
Oh. Hold up.
You're fine. Even if you only know one of the steps, I would love it if you helped us out in any way you can.
So the height is, I think the height is 5 meters.
It's a good guess. That's a good guess. So we actually don't know that right now. The height, we're not going to know the height. And also, even if you flipped the triangle, none of them make a right triangle, which means we're going to have to draw a line in the middle at one of these points. We just don't know which one's the base yet. So first, step 1, Samriti.
I don't know if this is correct, but I think it's 9. I don't know.
That's okay. So Honest thinks 5, Samriti thinks 9. Let's work backwards and figure out how to get there. Guys, first, when we have area and we don't know anything else, what we want to do first, oh, I see, okay, nobody. What we want to do first is divide by 2, okay? Because we already have the area, all right? So first, let's just go ahead and divide it by 2. All right, we are dividing by 2. 48 divided by 2 equals 24, which is super helpful. Okay, we have 24 now. If we remember over here, we did area. Oh, I meant times 2. I'm a horrible liar to all of you. Horrible person. That's who I am. Remember, we have our area over here, which equaled 18, remember? Then we had to do times 2. Then we got 36, all right? Then we divided by a number that we had, all right? For us, it was easy because we just had to do 36 divided by 12, and then we got 3. So then we knew that that equaled 3. So again, I apologize. That's my bad. So 48 times 2 is what we want to do first. Again, I apologize, which gives us 96. Whoa, 96. That's a lot. All right. So then we want to do 96 divided by something that we have. Which one of these 3 numbers can go into 96 is what we need to figure out. Which one of these numbers can go into 96? Boom, I see a lot of hands. Ayub.
12.
12 can. Yes. How many times?
8.
8 times. All right. So if that's the case, that makes 12 our base. So we have to redraw it with 12 being down here. Then we got our other two sides. This side's 10, this side's 10, this is 12, dot, 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 dot. Now we have a right triangle finally. We got 8, which means that this little pointy up here, 8. Okay, so our height is 8. Oh, I forgot. What did Mr. Hughes forget? I was about to put 8 meters. I can't just put 8 meters. I have to put 8 what? 8 blank meters. Honest? Do you remember what I have to write? It's 8 blank meters. Oh, he put his hand back down. Ayub,
Squared.
yes. 8 square meters. All right, 8 square meters.
I'm so sorry. I accidentally left.
That's okay, buddy. I know you didn't do it on purpose. So yeah, that's how we got this one, 8 square meters. Again, you can always pause, rewind, fast forward this video if I went too fast, or if you didn't understand this first go around. All right, dun-dun-dun-dun. Boom. Okay, we have just some random practicey things. These 3 are super duper easy in my opinion. These want to know absolute value, remember, because the numbers are inside 2 walls. So what is just the normal absolute value of a -7? Ayub.
7.
7. Remember, anything inside these walls, the symbol, positive or negative, doesn't matter. It just wants to know how much of whatever it's going to get. Whether it's a negative or a positive, it's still 7. 7 steps forward, 7 steps backward is still 7 steps, no matter what. So the absolute value of 4 is what, Siwan? Is he only typing today? 4. All right, and then the absolute value of -3 is what? Someone other than those two. Bebek, Deshawn, Chantel, this would be a perfect opportunity for you to participate because these ones are the easiest ones. Absolute value of -3. Bebek.
Sleeping too.
Okay, well then I'm gonna have to mark them absent. They know they need to participate. Bebek, what is it?
Wait. 3.
Yes, good job. It is 3. Even if it's -3, taking steps backwards or taking steps forward is still steps. So even though it's -3, it's still 3 steps. So that's why absolute value, guys, I like to think of taking steps and like just think of yourself on a beach or just at a park somewhere taking steps, whether it's negative steps backwards or positive steps forward. You are still taking steps. All right, I am taking 3 steps no matter what, 4 steps no matter what, 7 steps no matter what. All right, good job. Okay, that was just a quick review on absolute value. This one would want us to like draw stuff, but we can't. Look for patterns in 2 through 4. Use triangle TRI for problem 67. Okay, yeah, let's just do that one. Okay, so we're gonna use this triangle. It wants us to measure and label them. Obviously, we can't do that because none of us have, I mean, some of us might have a ruler or something, but maybe not everyone. So I'm just going to make, I'm just gonna give you guys 3 numbers, and then we're gonna have to figure out everything from there, okay? So I'm gonna make this bottom one 11. I'm gonna make this side one 16. Then I'm gonna make this one 21. I'm making it super random and complicated. Okay, just for you guys. Okay, measure to the nearest tenth of a centimeter. We don't have to worry about that because Mr. Hughes just did it. But it did tell us centimeter, which is nice. So I know that I'm doing this in centimeters because that's helpful. All right, perfect. So which one is our base? I would love it if Chantel or Deshawn can tell me, since I haven't heard from them at all today. Which one's our base? Hint, our triangle is nice and flat for us on the ground already, which means we should know our base. Chantel or Deshawn, either one of you, this is all you. This is all you. Chantel, can you tell me which one is the base based on this triangle? Which side is flat on the ground? My computer is frozen. I can't see. Who is this? Is that Chantel? Chantel. Okay, hold on. Chantel's computer's frozen, so let me text her. Can you see the triangle? The triangle that I labeled? Hopefully she can. Okay, I'll keep going and I'll call on Chantel in just a moment. Her computer's a little frozen right now. Okay, well, there's no point in calling on anybody because two of you put the answer in the chat box. Yes, it is 11. Okay, the base is down here. All right. Try not to put the answers in the chat box, not because I don't don't trust you guys or anything. I just like, say for example, the rest of the class doesn't know what it is. I would love it if they tried instead of looking at the chat box and being like, oh yeah, the answer is totally 11. I know that. Because if they don't know, I need to teach them. I don't want them to just look at the chat box and know the answer. You know what I mean? Okay, Chantel, I'm glad it's working. Chantel, I asked you a super easy question, but you were frozen, so you're probably gonna have to answer a harder question now. But if this is our base, guys, then that means R is our mountaintop, which means we want our line, our dotted line, to be this. Dun, dun, dun. Right angle. Boom. Okay, so our height right here is here. Excuse me. Or our length, or whatever you want to call it. I think I know what it is. Great. Siwan, it's not that I don't ever call on you, it's just that you're really good at math, which is not a bad thing at all. I just want the rest of the class to be able to learn. Because if Siwan and Ayub do everything in the class, then when it comes to the homework, only Siwan and Ayub are going to get the homework done. And everyone else is going to be like, Mr. Hughes, I have questions that I was just too scared to ask during class. I don't want them to be scared. I want everyone to participate at least once. So that's why. Okay. Erase. Okay, cool. All right, guys, so I got to figure out my height. Okay, I have my base. Okay, so what do I do? Because I don't know my area and I know my base, but that's it. I don't know anything else. All right, what's the next step? What should I do? Does anybody else know other than Siwan or Ayub? So I'm gonna go with no. Okay. C1, what do I do? C1? You told me to call on you, and now I did, and now you're not there? Dun dun dun. Okay, I don't hear from him, so Ayub, what do I do? Nobody? Interesting. Interesting. Oh, Ayub, there he is. Ayub.
So what you do is you I'm pretty sure you're supposed to subtract one of the the height things, the ones on the side from 11.
You said subtract these two?
No, like subtract one of them. I don't know which one, but I think it's 16. Subtract 11 from 16.
Okay. That's a good guess. So,
And then you get you get 5.
you would get 5, that is true. Based on what I see though, I really don't think the super long line is gonna be just 5 centimeters.
Yeah, no, I'm not done. So then like so there's a difference of 5 centimeter between that and that. So then there's 5 numbers in between, and then the middle one is the height, which is 13.
Which is 13.
Yeah.
Okay. I could see that. So you did 16 minus 11 and then 21 minus 11. That would be what, 10 plus 5 is 15, so that's what I think it is. Okay, so real quick, because it only gives us base. We don't know the height, guys, and we don't know the area, so we can't work backwards and we can't work forwards because we only got one number. So this kind of question is pretty difficult. So what I do, and Ayub's on the right track. So I know I have 2 sides, thankfully. Based on that, and I know which one my base is, I'm going to do 16 minus 11. And I'm also going to do 21 minus 11. Okay? This gives me 10. This gives me, oh, Reham's coming. And then this one gives me 5. I'm going to go ahead and add these now and just say that that's 15. So guys, we can roughly guess, I'm not saying that it's 100% right, but we can at least estimate that the height is about 15 centimeters. Do you guys see how I did that? What I did is I took both sides, I subtracted the base, okay, then added them together, okay, and I got 15, all right? And again, that is just an estimate. Cool. Did someone call me? I did a while ago, but you didn't say anything, so don't worry. But don't worry. This one's tough because it didn't give us the height or the area. It only gives us 1, and there's not really much we can do with just that. So what I did, for those of you that just got here, is I subtracted the base from both, then added them, and then this gives me a nice estimate. Okay, so I can estimate that this height right here is 15. Now that I have that, super helpful. Excuse me. Now that I have that, I can finally do base times height. So I'm going to do normal. So we're not going to work backwards. I'm going to do it normally. Okay, which would be 11. Ah, my pen. This thing is hard to do. 11 times 15, ooh, equals, have we learned this yet? I went to get some, that's okay, Siwan. No, Bebek, well, Bebek, we started learning this last week, last Wednesday and Friday, and then we're continuing it today, okay? So this is all new. We're on Unit 5, which is pre-geometry, so that's what we're doing, okay? So that's why, yeah. So that's why it's super important to, one, participate, ask questions, you know, pay attention, and then watch the YouTube video, especially if you don't understand it, because your homework will usually be something we did today. So like today, your homework's probably going to be area of triangles. Just a hint. But Ayub, you did this? Do you know what it is?
Is it 115?
Let's find out. 1 times 1, 1 times 1.
No, frick.
5 and 5. So 5, 6, 1. Yep, 165. Boom. Okay. So it is 165, and then we divide that by 2 because it's a triangle, which gives us 50 plus 30 plus 2.5, which is 80, right? 82.5. So that's the area, right? Area. Did I do that right? I feel like it's a really big number. Yeah, we did it right. We did base times width, or base times height divided by 2. 82.5. We did it right. If that doesn't, I don't know, for some reason that feels wrong, but we did it right. Okay, so guys, I have 82.5. We did that the normal way. Another way we could have estimated, again, this middle one was an estimate if you were here from the beginning, because all we had was the base. Okay, just an estimate. All right, so another way we could have done that is we could have picked one of these two sides and then done it the same way. And then again, it would have given us an estimate. So even if I picked 11 times 16 divided by 2, I would still get something close to 82.5. So that's just what, when you're only given one number in all of this, you want to do, it's going to be a lot of estimating, which is fine. Siwan, what's wrong? I got the chat box up, but I don't see anything. I typed the answer to the wrong person. Oh, that's fine. Well, it doesn't matter who you typed it to. Siwan, I'm assuming you checked my math. Was I wrong? Or was I right? I was right. Okay, cool. So yeah. So again, 82.5 square centimeters. Okay, 82.5 square centimeters. Meaning, if this whole thing was like, if this whole thing turned into a square, that's what we would get, roughly. Okay, let's move down. We're almost done. I'm gonna bring all this with me. I don't want to erase any of it yet because it wants us to fill in this little thing. So let's see. Can I do it? Okay, we'll just do it like that. Okay. So based on our sides, oh God bless. This is a little weird looking. We have T, R, and I. So T to I, if you remember, that was our base, which was 11. Okay. If we made the base, what is that? R to I, that would have been our 21. And then if we made our base T to R, that would have been 16. Okay, so I'm just filling in the chart. I can erase all this now, thankfully. Erase that, and that was the middle. Okay, so it wanted us to do this little estimate thing for all sides. We didn't do that. If you remember, we made the base the bottom one, and then we got our height was 15, and then we got our area as 82.5. So it wanted us to do this 3 times, flipping the triangle each time to like be, okay, this one's the base this time, this one's the base this time, this one's the base this time. So it wanted us to do it 3 times. I'm not going to take us through all of that. Just know the same thing would have applied. With this, we would have done, what is that? 21 minus 16, and then 11 minus 16, which is a negative, so we can't do that. And then we would have done 21, excuse me, which would be, I feel like that'd be a negative again, and there, we can't do that. So, yeah, I think we did it right. But that's just my opinion. Okay. Chat, what's happening? Same, I'm bad at math, but trying so hard to get this. That's fair. I feel like I have not learned this yet. You haven't. That's what I typed it to be, but oh, that's fine. None of you guys have learned this yet. We just started learning this last week. Like Wednesday and Friday. So if any of this is confusing or stressful, make sure you watch the YouTube videos from class last Wednesday and class last Friday, and then today's. But you're right, we haven't learned this. We are learning it like currently. We're doing it now. No one really knows how to just like automatically do this. This is still very new. We're still very early on in the chapter. And we're going to stay in this chapter 5 for the rest of the month of May. So like by the end of May, you guys, trust me, will understand how to do area of squares, rectangles, and triangles. But again, this is day 3 doing area. We still have like 3 more weeks in May to get this. So again, it is okay. You don't need to like know it and be a master at it right now. Don't stress. It's going to be fine. That's why it's super important to do your homework, because if you did the homework from Wednesday, which was on the area of a square, and then you did the homework from Friday, which I'm pretty sure was just, I think it was the area of a square and then introducing the area of a triangle, whereas today is just, it was nothing but triangles. That's why the homework is super important, guys. You want to be doing the homework. Very important. Okay. Real quick before I look at the chat box, that is it. Yep, that's the last one. I'm gonna pull up something. Yay, let me keep my screen. I feel like it never lets me keep my screen. Wait, can you guys see my, I'm on Google. Can you guys see my screen? Thumbs up? No? Ayub, can you see my screen? Somebody, Ayub, you can see my screen?
No, no one can see screen.
No one can see my screen?
It said
Yes.
yes.
I'm trying so hard. Really, I don't remember that. I hope I don't have, oh my gosh. Yes, I can. Okay. Well then, let me try it this way. I'm gonna exit out of that. It's gonna say says that I have to stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna start sharing my screen again. So now everyone should be able to see Google. Just as a reminder, because we're done for today's lesson, but before you go to Miss Dela Cruz, I just wanted to remind everyone, I could see it the whole time. Great, I'm glad it definitely worked. Just a reminder, guys, to do your homework, all right? And again, if you can't do it online, that's when you do a page in your packet, and then just send me a picture of you doing a page in your packet. So as you can see, homework from, when was that? When was the 6th? Yeah, last Wednesday. Last Wednesday is when we started this, okay? And only 2 of you did it. And then last Friday, we started area, and again, only 2 of you did it. So, if I had to guess, this is going to be Siwan and Ayub. Oh no, this was Siwan and Reham. Great, awesome. I'm glad Reham got that one. And then then who are these 2? Siwan and Ayub. Okay, so in my, like, from my teacher perspective, I'm gonna think, oh, Ayub, Reham, and Siwan, they're probably gonna participate the most because they're doing their homework, which tells me that they're practicing, which tells me that they're going to get this a lot sooner than everyone else. If you guys aren't doing the homework about this, about area and triangles and base times height, length times width, and all that stuff, then that's why during class it's going to be super confusing for you because you're not doing your homework. You need to be doing your homework, okay? That's the only way it's going to start making sense is if you practice. So today, Bebek, Sambriti, Chantel, I would like you 3 to Zoom with Miss Williams today and practice the homework with her because she's going to help you with this. Because if you're just scared you don't know how to do the homework, so you don't do it, that's not good. You guys can be scared of the homework, but ask for help. So you 3 are going to Zoom Miss Williams today at 12 o'clock, and she's going to help you with this because you guys aren't doing the homework, so I'm just assuming you're scared. And if that's the case, you need to learn this because we're going to have what? This week, Wednesday, Friday, and then 3, so 3 plus 6, 7, 8. We're going to have 8 more classes of math until May's over, and it's all going to be about this, okay? You're not allowed to be confused the whole month. You need to ask questions if you need help. You can't just sit there be confused, okay? So today, make sure you Zoom Miss Williams at 12. I'm going to text her and say, hey, these 3 better Zoom you at 12. I'm giving her all your phone numbers too, in case you choose not to Zoom her, so she can message you and say, hey, where are you at? But you guys will Zoom her at 12 so she can help you more with this, all right? The other 3 who've done their homework, I'm assuming you'll be fine. Thank you, Bebek, for letting me know. Honest, you can one-on-one with me if you want, so we can do this together. And then everyone else, and then Reham, Ayub, and Siwan, if you 3 need any help, you'll one-on-one with me. But I'll one-on-one with Honest, and then Ayub, Siwan, Reham, if you need any help, you'll one-on-one with me. Bebek, Sambriti, and Chantel, you'll one-on-one with Miss Williams. All of this will happen at 12. That is all I have. So now I will answer any questions that you have before you go to Miss Dela Cruz. So Ayub, what's your question? Bye, Reham. I'll sign the homework right now. Oh, your hand went down. Okay. Yeah, guys, if you're done and you know who you're Zooming at 12 and you're good, then go ahead. I don't have one. I just got my hand up. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Go Zoom Miss Dela Cruz because English starts in 6 minutes. Okay. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
I'm thick.
Oh, I
No,
know.
he's not.
I am thick.
Yes, you are. Nerd.